Right.
You know,
So I
but
was gonna
little by
say to
little,
you though, like I noticed throughout your career, you did like a lot of indie stuff, and I feel like you kind of laid the brickwork for Hollywood to get to this point for minorities like Latinos, you know. And I think that that's just amazing because, like you said, like you guys didn't have those things, and you were a part of providing that representation for Latinos,
and
right?
yeah, I'm glad you said that. I never really realized that, but now you say it's true. You know, it wasn't planned that way. You know, it just happened. And you know, indies are indies. You know, like you said, a lot of big Hollywood productions. You know, they were not that we were shy of hiring. They, you know, not only that. You know, there's budgets for all kinds of characters, all kinds of. Let's say you know I come in and do this show and I turn it down because they offer me you know $10,000 a week when their budget's like 40,000 for that character. So they'll give fucking Johnny Come Lately was a big Yango, so they'll give him that 40, but they won't give it to me, who has done more work or can do that role better, only because they try to fucking minimize their budget. You know, because I'm Hispanic or black or Asian. You know, they try to. But that's one of the things. Like I said, my father and my agent fought for, and thank God, you know, a lot. You know, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I've gotten this message from a bunch of really good actors friends of mine. Isa Morales is one of them, who's on did La Bamba, who's in NYPD Blue. He's on the new Mission Impossible movie. Another kid named Ramon Franco, who was on did tour of duty for many years. They all call me every week. We've been friends for years. And yo, Pops, man, thank you for that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, bro, if it wasn't for you and your agent and your fucking crazy ass dad, none of us would be getting this kind of money that we're getting now. Or these, you know, the accolades that we're getting now. And you know, I guess I don't know if I broke them all. You know, and no offense, I love John Leguizamo. John's a good friend of mine too. But you know, I opened the door for a lot of the people, and you know, and it sucks for me to say it that way. But some recognize, some don't. And to be honest, I don't give a shit. I'm just glad that they're working, and that you know, it's been a while. I retired for a little while. You know, I'm just getting back into things now. You know, I raised my family, and you know, I lost my wife 4 years ago, as you already know. So I took that time off, but now it's my time again. I'm like started getting stuck in a rut and depressed, and you know, doing all kinds of stupid shit that I used to do back in the '80s. I'm like, you know what? Let me slowly get back into shit. So I'm producing this film, co-producing an indie again, as you said, with basically little to no money, and it's got a really good cast, and you know, little by little, you know, trying to open them doors again. And if it doesn't happen, man, I'm still happy with what I've done in my life.
Right.
You know, I got a lot of good friends.
Still a part of history for what you
Thank you.
contributed. And I think that that's amazing because
Appreciate it.
when you look at it, especially during the time period that you were growing up in, it wasn't like you turned on the TV and you saw a lot of representation. And you know, when you turn on the TV and you see somebody that looks like you, it
And it's like, yeah, let's go,
right. Not just that,
motherfuckers.
but it shows you
Exactly.
that you can do something that is out of the ordinary, right? Because a lot of times
Yep. Never give
a lot of
up.
times it's kind of like you're like, oh, this is what the people that I see that look like me are doing these type of jobs. So then you kind of limit yourself, especially when you come from the inner cities that, you know, it's like a lot of less
Right.
opportunities. So I think that that's great when you were able to do that, and for the next generation to come up and see, hey, I can do that now.
Yeah. And it's funny because, like you said, when I was a kid, you know, we didn't realize that much. We did, but we didn't. You know, as I grew older, even in my mid to late teens and in my early 20s, that's when I said, you know what, man, fuck that. Let me try and get away from shit. You know, let me. I turned down roles. You know, the other friends of mine got. Thank God, at least some of you know people were working that I just didn't want to do, even though the money might have been okay a little bit. I just was like tired of doing the same shit. You know, I'm doing an episode of Teacher Hooker. I play this gamer. Then the next month they call me to do an episode of Hunter playing game. Oh no, no, come on! I just fucking finished doing that shit. The fuck, you know?
Right.